Yo, Vibe Tribe. What's up? This is Zach Plotkin here hosting your first VyBCAST. I am sitting next to Mason Cohen.
Hey, VyBTryB, what's up? This is Mason Cohen here. I'm the co-founder and president of VyB.
I am a freshman here at Drexel University studying entrepreneurship. My major is entrepreneurship innovation. I really like going to school and studying to the skills and what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I'm from Boca Raton, Florida, and I play hockey for Drexel, and I'm also heavily involved on campus and around the university.
I'm also a freshman here at Drexel University studying entrepreneurship. I could not love it more. I started working on VyB almost 2 years ago, which is kind of hard to think about now. And thank you, Zach, for having me on the VyBCast.
Of course. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what is VyB, briefly, couple sentences, and then our main focus for the day is on team and building a team in a startup setting and kind of in general. So Mason, how did you start VyB? What is VyB?
Yeah,
what is VyB?
Just a brief overview of what VyB is. VyB is a real-time rating application, basically for restaurants, nightclubs, bars, lounges, any social experience that has a vibe. And basically a user will have the ability to open the VyB app and see the live vibes around the city. So they have the real-time insight to help them make their decision for what experience they're going to have.
We'll also talk a little bit about why we're doing this VyB podcast, and we'll refer to it as VyBCast from now on. We're learning ourselves, and we're learning the startup world and entrepreneurship, so we thought we would talk about it to kind of help you guys and also help ourselves.
And this is just like an opportunity for us to kind of share the knowledge along with the entire world, because why not?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are going through kind of the same experience. Well, for me, a couple weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, I just started at VyB. I'm in the Future Leaders program, and so I'm getting my first taste at what it's like to kind of be involved in a startup. And let me tell you, it's definitely not easy, and it's hard work. Let's start off by asking, how did the VyB team come together?
The co-founders of VyB are myself, Adit Gupta, Nico Cohen, and Kevin Patrick. How we came together was, Nico's my brother, and we grew up playing tennis every day and going to tennis practice and playing tennis for our school, and we had a tennis coach. One day, our tennis coach told us that he knew this really smart kid who lived just a few towns over, and his name was Adit. And he introduced us and thought we would get along together. We had similar personalities. He just had a tennis lesson where it was Adit, myself, and Nico, and that's how we were introduced. From there,
pretty cool. It's kind of organic and unique.
Yeah, super organic. We met through tennis, and it's a lot of fun because tennis is still a passion of ours. Sometimes when we're not in the office, we'll go go play, see who's the best.
Who usually wins?
I don't want to brag too hard, but typically me. It's a friendly competition, I'd say. It's a lot of fun, though. From that tennis practice, we kind of really bonded. Uh-huh. And from there, we had ideas for startups, and one thing led to another, and I guess VyB was born, essentially, and that's the core team.
How did you guys start?
So, at the time, I was still a senior in high school, while Adit was at Drexel University. All four of us were all super entrepreneurial our entire lives. We all had our own ventures. We're really business-minded thinkers, and we all thought about big picture business instead of just little topics in business. So we all had that entrepreneurial spirit to just go out in the world and do something. When we kind of collectively had the idea for a truly verified real-time rating system, we saw it as an opportunity to get out there and make something out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, honestly,
Keep going.
it wasn't even about like VyB being successful or not at the time. It was more about the learning experience. You can learn everything you want to in the classroom, but it's not the same as doing it in real life. We saw VyB as an opportunity to teach ourselves in a very significant way, so we all kind of just ran with it.
Mm-hmm. We're actually, Mason and I, right now, we're both learning the importance of having a team in school. That's one of our classes called Building Entrepreneurial Teams. And we're learning the importance of, working with people that you could not only get along with, but strive and do big things and work hard. And did you know that this was a team that you could have those things with? What were you looking for?
Definitely from the time I met Audit, he was super impressive with how he taught himself how to do most of what he knows. And not only that, his networking skills were just far past what I've ever been exposed to, especially by someone so close to my age.
So you're learning opportunities from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda cool.
Like, almost like, even though we're so close in age, it's almost like he's a mentor of mine at the same time, which is really interesting.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool how you work with your brother. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
And what's it like to work with your brother, Nico?
Yeah. Nico is my younger brother. He's 16 months younger than me, and he's currently the co-founder and chief marketing officer of VyB. We've always been super close. We've always had a very close relationship, a pretty healthy one, I'd say, too. We don't really argue or fight that much. We've always been very ambitious ourselves and worked together and separately from each other. We had jobs starting from the age of 10 and 11 years old, real jobs, selling T-shirts that we made.
Something that VyB's doing right now too.
Yeah,
selling T-shirts.
we have past experience. It's nice because we have such a close relationship that we can just be honest and get through tasks and move the company forward really efficiently.
I have a younger brother, and I don't know if I can necessarily work with him right now on a startup or in general. I feel like we'd get distracted pretty easily. So I actually find it pretty impressive how you're able to work with your brother so well.
We definitely get distracted with like inside jokes, I guess, and other things that we just have because we're siblings. But
so you're the finding the team. If you could describe the process in a sentence, like the whole entire process of finding a team and sticking with it.
Finding a good team, I'd say just you really want people that are super well-rounded, especially in a startup, because we don't have the resources to hire someone to do every single task individually. You need people that can wear multiple hats, can focus on many different branches of the company at once. So, for example, Audit is a extremely gifted developer, but he's also great at networking, also great at creating business documents, writing emails. I handle a lot of the accounting, the financials of the company. I also do a lot of the secretary and managerial. I play that role in the company as well. So everyone in VyB,
everyone does something.
Yeah, everyone does
things.
like many things.
Yeah.
And in a startup, that's what you need. It's nice to have someone who's an expert in one field, but I'd say it's more valuable to have someone that's well-rounded in multiple fields.
In many fields. How'd you expand? How was it that you saw you had something and you wanted to do more with it? How'd you expand?
So as VyB progressed, as we developed the app, we built our brand, we knew it was time to bring on more people to the team. So we created an internship program called the VyB Future Leaders Program. We had an application online, and we had a bunch of people that had already been reaching out to us to work with VyB. We had a very big handful of applicants to this program, and we narrowed it down to the 6 best, like I said before, all very well-rounded people that were experts in a field but could also do other things, people that were extremely enthusiastic and positive energy people, and people that didn't work on VyB for the resume but worked for their own learning experience.
I'm actually in that program, the Future Leaders Program, and I could tell you for a fact that it's been a challenge, and I've learned a lot, not only about VyB in the startup world, but about myself, and to see what I'm not good at and things that I think I'm good at and that I could get better. You know, it's pretty cool to just be around, you know, the VyB team and the VyBTryB and that type of thing.
But it's definitely been an amazing progression with the company, because we've been able to see how the company culture has grown and developed, how the team dynamic works with multiple people.
When we went to the zoo.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
Something about VyB, we try to be more than just a company. And we had like a zoo trip where everyone went to the zoo, the Philadelphia Zoo, and we had a lot of fun there. And we've been doing other things like a VyBTryB dinner night where we all cooked homemade pasta, which was pretty good. But we've all just like bonded and created a company culture with VyB that stands out to the average startup company, I guess.
Kind of the team.
That's the team aspect of VyB. I mean, we could go on for hours if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and days. But we were trying to keep this, like, I guess, relatively concise. So that's the team.
Yeah.
That's how the team started. That's how the team developed. That's how the team expanded. And that's how the company culture grew a little bit.
And that's also, it's not like you wake up and you put a team together and, you know, you go to bed and that's your team. It's kind of like it takes time and it takes patience, and, you know, it happens over a good amount of time.
Yeah, and I'm no expert in building a team.
Neither am I.
Yeah, we're both not experts for sure. We're both very young. But what I will say is that the team that we have built with VyB has been very successful. The dynamics are great. Communication is great. That's something that's key with the team. And I think so far so good. So I'm so happy to share that with Zach. So happy to share that with the VyBTryB. And you guys listening right now. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you for being on the VyBCAST. I appreciate it. And that's it for today. VyBTryB out.